2, 1. You bought it.
Give him the old 1-2.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hello Harem podcast. I'm your host, Alex Luby, and I'm joined, as always, by the horniest of homies to sail the seven seas, Mr. Jonathan Semrau, Anthony Luby, Luke Farnsworth, and I'm not even going to go into detail with how many guests we have on the table with us today.
Adding another one to it, Tortuga.
Where's Sailor Moon? We had Sailor Moon.
Well, we got Sailor Moon right here. I was actually about to reveal that.
Hold
We
on.
actually got a new.
There we go.
We got a new
Tortuga.
figure for the
podcast.
So I'd like everybody to meet Sailor Moon.
If you're watching on video, Sailor Moon's actually a lobster.
I like that you kept the price tag on it.
She was $11.25.
Yeah, and then we got this weird lobster here.
She has blonde hair.
Lobsters go where lobsters go.
In the blender.
No, don't hurt Sailor Moon, dude. She's here to save the Earth.
And now she's in a blender.
I want her up front and center next to Ram.
So we have... Oh my god, I forgot about that. You kept that this whole time?
Yeah, it was in the bag the whole time.
Holy shit.
You know, the blow whistle that Jay stole.
I didn't steal it.
Oh yeah, we
That's
Jonathan
Luke's
was
pocket
gone at the beach for a while, and then we met up with him at Tybee. Us three goobers did, and that's
We three goobers.
we three
Yeah.
goobers of Orient.
That's all she wrote.
Everyone's back. Minasan okaeri. Sabishikata na.
Tadaima.
Enough with the weeb shit, Alex.
Fuck yourself.
Enough with the weeb shit. We're done.
Hold
This
on,
is
I
a
want to take
football
Moshi
podcast.
arimasen.
we'll
Moshi
take
arimasen.
inventory of how many things. So we have 02,
Yep.
Rem and Ram,
Yep.
Sailor Moon,
Yep.
Neil.
We have. There's probably Sailor Mars in here.
Hold on, I lost count.
Hold on, wait.
Zero-
02, Rem and Ram, Sailor Moon, Neil, a bigger Ram, Tortuga, who is new, he is a turtle,
Appo.
That's Chetty.
Chetty.
Appo, we have
Blunderson.
two
Two
pirate
balls.
ships, a
crab.
a
thing.
crab mold for sand,
Blender son.
blender
A can of pussy.
a can of pussy, two plastic army soldiers, and a stick of Blistex.
Oh, don't forget biscuits and porn
You
chocolate.
forgot about corn stick.
Corn stick and biscuits.
Bro, we are at
biscuits
like
and porn.
19 objects.
We really need to get a shelf.
Yeah, shelf
Yeah.
would be
We
very
need a shelf.
We
beneficial.
need a shelf mounted here so we can put all our shit on it.
Yeah, if you guys want to donate a shelf to the Hello Harem, just
Hungry
email us at
man.
helloharempodcast@gmail.com.
Any
We can get in
carpenters
touch.
out there?
Actually, you know what?
Huh.
I can get a bunch of wood from work. We can build one. Free wood. Wood for free.
Oh, cool. My favorite show. Let's make a shelf.
2. Don't forget the 2.
Thorpe,
Yeah?
are you just gonna like take the wood?
Yeah, I can. It's like extra wood that I don't need. It goes in between these other parts, so
The
they're just
axles?
like planks. No, not the axles. They're just planks that I throw in a box, and if I just go, hey, I'm going to take this wood, they'll go, cool, get rid of it. I'll go, okay. And
Wow.
I'll take it home.
So we can build shelves?
Yeah, we can build.
Think you
wood.
could take a train axle home?
I could try.
That'd be pretty cool. We could put a train axle in here.
Where are we gonna mount it?
You don't
Mount
Bro,
it!
oh my god, that would tear down the wall.
We just lean it against a wall.
We could. It would
How much does
probably
a train axle weigh?
1,200 pounds. They're
No,
not
we can-
light.
We can carry that.
Yeah, we can do it. We can do it.
Yeah, but we all 4 of us. But then good luck first off, good luck getting it off the ground so we can carry it.
I can like lift up one end.
Well, it's a good thing two guys here have their forklift operator license. So
Don't look at me. I don't have it.
me and Anthony
I do. I'm
We're
forklift
certified.
Where are we gonna get a forklift?
I can take one from work. it's not far from here. I can just drive it down the
Hey,
road.
Keith, I'm going to borrow this real quick.
Keith, no,
Welcome to the
we can't-
Hello-
We can't do that. We can't. What's gonna go? We'll call
What
all
if
these
you're,
axles.
what Anthony rolling a forklift down the road and the axle's just balanced between the forks? And
That's what we do.
He stops and he's going down a hill and it just rolls
That's
off.
what they do. Oh yeah, it happened Friday. Chris dropped one.
What?
It's loud. They get dropped all the time.
What?
Oh yeah,
That's so unsafe.
dude, it is. I watched
NSFW.
at the old shop. There's this girl
Train
working there
axle.
named Julie, and she was learning QC, and she was behind all the axles. And we have them stacked up. So like you'll do a row of 10, put 2 pieces of like wood on them, then stack another 10, and they'll stack like 7 high, and it is probably 6 feet 5 inches tall of axles, just a wall of this shit. And someone was moving one, and she was standing right in front of it, and it fell off the runner, probably 2 inches from her feet. She would have lost both feet. I almost had one fall on me. The rail, Jesus Christ. The rail collapsed right in front of me, and I was like, oh. So instincts, I was like going to push it, and I'm like, this is heavy, I'm going to back away. It fell, hit the ground, everyone walked over and said, ha, he almost died. I'm like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it happened.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Interrupting me.
My girlfriend's dad works at Timken, the steel factory. And there was this one time at Timken that I heard about from him that there was a guy and he was walking through the shop floor, and then they have like a crane on a belt on the ceiling, and they were using it to move large steel beams, and it came loose while it was moving, and then it dropped and it swung and it hit this guy.
Ooh.
The whole thing, and it was piled like high with steel beams. It crushed him up against the wall and then got stuck on something, so it had him pinned against the wall with the axle, or not the axles, the beams like crushed into his stomach, and it crushed all of the like bottom part of his stomach, his pelvis, and his femur. The emergency team came, obviously, and an ambulance, and they came and they were like, can we get this thing loose? And they were like, we can, with a forklift. And then I guess they did further evaluation, and they were like, if we move this, he dies. Like, for sure, just dies right here. Like, we can't get it off of him without him just dying here. And so somebody got their phone and gave it to the dude. Dude called his family and died.
No.
Oh,
in
shit.
the factory, yeah. This was like years and years ago, but like, yeah, dude got crushed and died in the factory.
That's fucked.
Like, they brought him like a phone, and he like talked to his like wife or whatever, and then just like before they pulled it off of him, I think he just died.
Dude, that's fucked.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cunted.
Steel work and that kind of stuff, like factories, no thank you.
What is that phone call like? Like, you pick up the phone, honey, I'm going to die for sure. Like, what do you say? Like, first off, if she could understand him, first off, he's...
Yeah, I mean, there's probably a lot going on
there's
with his
probably not
internals.
much. Yeah, he's fucked. That's fucked bad.
Yeah, it's not a phone call I'd want to receive or make.
No, that's as bad as the dudes that go cave diving.
Oh, we were talking about
Oh, yeah,
caving.
we went
and
in
Tybee.
depth about that.
Yeah, that
we were
was
talking
gnarly.
about that.
That's gnarly shit.
That's something I
Yeah.
will never ever do in my entire
God,
life.
I
no.
think it's called spelunking.
Splunking.
I
Spelunky.
in the same vein as that, actually. So, just quick fill in on the cave diving thing. There was a guy who was spelunking, and there was a small part in the cave where there was like a fork, and both ways had like a drop down, and you were supposed to go right, but the dude didn't like read his map right or whatever they give you when you go caving or whatever, and so he went left. And when you go down those things, you go down head first.
Yeah.
So he went down head first, and he slid, and his shoulders got jammed, and he slid down, and he got completely stuck in there. The EMTs came, and to pull him out, they would have to break every bone in his body, and he was running out of oxygen, all the blood was in his head, and if they broke a bone, he would hemorrhage. So they just had to leave him, and he died there. And then they filled it in with cement so that nobody else would go down there.
Oh, is that the one in Colorado or out west?
It's out west. I don't know if it's in Colorado, but okay, so that's that. In the same vein as that, I saw a little video about like just awful ways that people have died, and there was this kid from somewhere, I don't know where, I forget where he's from, didn't really matter. He was 14, he had some form of autism, and ADD or something like that, so he was real kind of tweaky.
Mm-hmm.
So one day his mom was like, or he was like, Mom, I'm not feeling good, I don't want to go to school, and for a lack of better words, his mom said, go to school anyway. Kid went to school, and by like 9 o'clock that night, well after school was out, he hadn't come home yet. And they were like, what the fuck? So they reported him missing that night. It was like 2 weeks past or something like that. It was like 2 or 3 weeks, and nobody had heard anything about him until somebody got a call, or the police got a call from these new homeowners who just bought a house that their place smelled really bad. They're like, this place smells horrible, and it smells like something's rotting. They go into the house, and they go upstairs, and they're looking around, and upstairs in the top of this house, it was like in the attic or something, there was like a little air vent that connected to the chimney. And they shined a flashlight in there, and there was a shoe just in there, and they reached in and pulled it out. It was the kid's shoe. But when they got up there and they pulled the shoe out, it uncorked it. It just smelled like horrible decay. They called the fire department, and they came and they busted open the chimney, and the kid had climbed up onto the roof of the house and climbed down into the chimney. And when they found it, this is real, like you can look it up, it's fucked. When they found his body, what they think happened is he climbed up there and he was playing around on the roof because, of course, he climbed down feet first, and when he slid down, his arm got wedged in front of him like this and behind him like that, and he got stuck. The chimney was 14 inches wide on the sides, and the kid had a shoulder span of 12 inches, so there was only 2 inches of wiggle room on either side, and he was stuck with his arms like this, so he couldn't move, and he suffocated in there. But he managed to, while he was in there, to get his shoes off, and then he kind of wiggled and got his jacket like down to his elbows. But yeah, he like suffocated in there and died.
You know, that story, there's actually really big, I don't want to say conspiracy theory behind it, but they think that kid was murdered.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I watched a video on it.
Oh, you know, okay, so you've heard about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I think he had this friend, and the house was abandoned at the time.
Yeah.
But his friend was like in and out of juvie. He was getting in trouble a lot, and they think that his friend had to play a hand in this kid's death. So there's a big
Like he told him to climb down the chimney or whatever.
yeah, or he like did it on purpose, something like that.
Yeah.
I remember watching a video about it a few months ago. Same story.
It's fucked up.
That kind of makes sense because if you think about it, if you're on top of a roof, getting into a chimney is not easy because
It was uncapped. It wasn't a capped chimney, so it'd be easier than most.
But I wonder, like,
And he was a small kid. He was only 14.
Well, even so,
you know.
like,
I don't
if
doubt there was
you're-
foul play.
I don't either. But why I think there is foul play is even if the kid did have like mental disabilities, I don't think he would just go climb a random ass roof unless this was a
Yeah.
house that he had been to multiple times before
Yeah.
and played around.
right? Unless he maybe if he had some sort of history there.
Yeah,
he
like
might have
if
been
it's
more
just a random
likely to
house,
do
I don't
that.
think someone is just going to go and be like, "Hey, this chimney looks fun to climb in, and let's go play
Yeah.
on the roof of this house that I see for the first time."
Yeah. They think he was like playing around, like he was like sitting on the chimney with his feet in it or something, and maybe he like slipped and fell in.
Yeah, maybe he was trying to get out, like leave, and then he accidentally slipped.
They think he was like just sitting there and like kind of had his feet in it, and then he just kind of fell in. Horrible way to go.
Oh, yeah,
being
both
like
of those would suck.
stuck or trapped in something and
Yeah.
knowing that you can't do anything and just waiting.
So claustrophobic.
I watched a
Like,
video
awful.
of it was what it's like to be in a submarine that sinks. In what was it? Either the late 90s or the early 2000s, I believe. There was a Russian submarine that was doing exercises with the fleet, and it was underwater. Exercises was over. Submarine didn't come up. They can't find the submarine anywhere. So Russia did like a little search, no avail. And it started coming out that the submarine was missing. And Russia was like, no, we got this. Don't worry. Like a week later, after no avail to finding anything, they finally accept help from, was it the UK or the Netherlands? So the UK divers found the sub, and the Russian divers entered it. And I guess what had happened was one of the trainer torpedoes, I think it ignited inside the front end of the submarine, thus causing the submarine to fall to the bottom and sink. So in the submarine, there were different compartments, obviously. They would begin filling with water. And the crew, many of them died in the explosion, but the ones that did survive went to the back of the submarine. So the water was just getting closer and closer to the back. They're running out of oxygen. And in that back room, they eventually just lose power. There's no generators or anything running anymore, so it's pitch black. The water is slowly filling up. and they pretty much all just suffocated and died eventually.
That's horrible.
Did
Right.
you hear about what happened? There were these 3 sailors on, I think, the Missouri.
It's so hard to see, Anthony.
I know, I can't see. Tortuga's right there.
Yeah, it's right in my. I can see
He's
Anthony's
soaring
eyes.
in the sky right now.
He's taking flight.
Yeah.
These are wings, not flippers. But these 3 sailors were in the bottom hole of the Missouri when Pearl Harbor happened,
Huh?
and the ship sinks, metal gets twisted and stuff, and these guys are trapped down there. They survived for 16 days in this compartment. They had food. They had a little bit of food, water, and like rescuers couldn't do anything because there were so many flammable gases. They couldn't use a torch to do it,
Torches.
or else it would ignite. And if they did it in the other end, water would just fill in. So these guys were down there for I think 16 days, conscious of what's going on, and they died down there. There were open when they finally pulled the ship up. I don't think it was the Missouri. My bad, not the Missouri, because that's still down at the bottom. But they pulled the ship up. They're doing salvage, and they get in there. They see empty cans of food, water, and there's markings on the wall. And they knew, they're like, okay, we've been down here for this many days. They were marking the days, and that's just another thing. Like, you're waiting for nothing. And imagine being with other people. Like, obviously, all these guys didn't die at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So the last guy to be there was like, I have 2 dead dudes next to me. Now,
Right,
now
imagine,
I'm just
like-
waiting.
Odds are bad.
Yeah.
Last little subject before we get into the anime.
Happier stuff.
Yeah, happier stuff.
Well, I have one more. It's
Oh, okay.
It's Japanese. But
Oh, okay.
It makes
Okay.
sense.
So, on the topic of water vessels, the first submarine used in combat was during actually the Civil War. If you didn't know that, it was created by an engineer in the South, and it started with an H, but I can't remember what the actual name of it was. It was I think 6 or 8 person manned submarine that was a little longer than like a bus. It was like the same size, like length as a bus, and it was pedal powered. So this thing was used 3 separate times during its lifespan before they decided it was a bad idea. The first time was the first manned test where they put it in the water and tried to see if they could submerge, do a little run around, and then come back up, do a little trolling, and then come back up. They get the submarine in the water, 8 guys, they start pedaling, because fucking, of course, pedal-powered submarine. They get out into the water a little bit, thing sinks like a rock, and then it fills with water, whole crew dies. So they pull the thing up, and they're like, fuck, that didn't work. Drain it out. The engineer who made it was like, or no, I'm sorry. The first one, it sunk, and then 6 of the 8 crew died. That's what it was. The engineer that made it was one of them that survived. So they pull it up, and they drain it out, and then a couple months later, the engineer was like, I found out what the problem was. We're gonna try again. So fucking another crew of 8 guys hop in the submarine, take it out, fucking thing sinks again. This time, whole crew dies, all 8, including the dude that made it. Pull it back up, some other engineer takes over, and he's like, that guy was an idiot, I got this shit. He makes some modifications to the submarine, and he's so confident with it that he decides we don't even need to test this shit. Let's use it in battle once. So this crew of guys, they put it in the water, pedal that thing out. It actually stays afloat, and they're managing to submerge and come up and maneuver and stuff, and they're doing well. There's a ship, or not, it was like a steamship or something out in the water, and they're like, let's fucking blow it up. So they go at it to blow it up, and whenever, I don't know what they were using to blow it, because it probably wasn't fucking torpedoes, but they were using something. They ended up blowing the ship up, and they actually sank it, but in the process blew the front end of their own submarine off. And then it sank to the bottom and killed the whole crew. And so they decided that this thing isn't a good idea, and we're not using it anymore.
Hey, this whole submergible boat, I think we're just gonna
Yeah.
pass.
We're gonna scrap it. It's not worth
I
it.
mean, on the 3rd try, they actually got it to work, but then they blew off the front end of their own submarine. I can't remember the name of it. It's something with an H. It's like it's a little 8-man pedaled sub.
I feel like I've heard, like,
SS
if I hear
Humpty
it, I'll be
Dumpty
like,
or something.
No,
Humpty
it was named
Dumpty
after
fell to the bottom
It was
of the
named after the
ocean.
engineer that made it. I can't
So,
remember the name.
for our last topic of death, I guess,
What a good wholesome start.
this is your
Yeah.
Japanese word of the day. I learned
Oh,
this the
God.
other day. It is sujigiri. Now, this is when a Japanese samurai would get a new sword, he would have to test said new sword. And what they did to test said new sword was go out, find an unsuspecting civilian
At
at night, and cut them to shit and back. So, Japanese guy gets sword, dope, go out, murder people.
I think I said this joke to you guys, but Luke wasn't there. Luke, can you fucking imagine, like, you're in Japan during the period where there were samurais and you're walking home from work one night, tired as fuck, and you see a samurai, you're like, oh, samurai, cool, I'm safe. And then you look at his sword and it's got a price tag hanging off of it. You're like, oh, no. Start running the other way.
Listen, man, it's been a real tough day at work. The boss was just pissy all day. Come on,
I was
let me
reading.
go.
The reason I asked you about it, Anthony, is because I wanted to read more about it, and it wasn't always just a sword. It would be if they got a new sword, if they wanted to train, or if they developed a new style.
So let's just go murder people.
Straight up.
That's like the joke I made last night about people that don't have good reasons to commit crimes.
Yep.
Yeah, I made a joke last night, and I was like, what if every like crime that was committed, no one had a reason for it or anything? It was just like, sir, why'd you shoot that man? And the guy's just like, well, I had a fucking gun. What was I going to do with
I
it?
had
was
to try it
there.
somehow.
I had a gun. He was there. It's the exact same thing as the joke I made. Why is this guy dead? I got a new sword. and
Except
I
samurais
fucking-
probably didn't get punished.
No,
They were the law.
They did
Yeah.
not. Samurais,
they didn't.
they were fine because they were pretty much above the
But I'm
law.
not saying like no one like they got punished. I'm saying
Yeah.
like someone walks and they're just
Yeah.
like there's a dead guy in the middle of the road. They're like, why is this guy dead here? And the samurai's just like, got a new sword.
There
What-
was
It's like
one.
it's like us walking outside to the tarmac. Like, why'd you do that? I
don't know.
It's right there.
There was a door.
There was one instance where, in the Wikipedia article, someone did get punished. This kind of high-ranking guy went on like a psychotic rampage, and I don't know how many people he killed, like 6
Yeah.
or something, but he did get charged, and he was executed. But that was the only
Naturally.
one in the article. I mean, I doubt they keep track of every samurai going out and killing people.
I like.
Yeah.
I really like how they would do it. Sometimes they would just like walk up and literally just start attacking you. I like the ones where they would just sneak up on people.
Just
like they'd wait in an alley for somebody to walk past and then come out and just fucking chop them.
What an unlucky bastard.
You're
you
just
have
like
to be.
walking.
What a
You're
dick
just-
move.
You're just walking home from work, and you're just like, oh man, what a rough day. Can't wait to go home and see my wife and kids. And then you just like feel something in your back, like, what the fuck? You look down, there's just a sword coming out of your stomach.
Yeah, man.
You're just like-
again.
Or like you're walking home and you see two samurais standing there talking, and one's like, "Yeah, I got this new sword today," and you're like, "Fuck,
No.
Damn it.
fuck."
All right, if I turn around and walk.
Could you? Yeah, I was gonna say, couldn't you just like run away? You think they'd be
I mean,
fast enough?
you could try.
I mean,
You'd probably
well,
get arrested.
they're
Yeah,
all
they could be
armored-
on a horse too.
Or if they're armored out, I think you'd have a pretty good chance.
Yeah, but they are
Actually-
a samurai. They train to.
I watched
run,
a whole
probably.
video. You know how like it's romanticized that samurai always fought with swords.
Mhm.
Swords were actually used as their last line of defense. So if you ever saw a samurai using a sword in an actual battle, you knew he was in a fucking bad position.
Did they usually use like spears?
They
or,
primarily fought with spears and like bows and crossbows on horseback. So
Ah.
the reason, because you can't swing a sword on a horse. So primarily they would fight using a bow or a crossbow or a spear, riding horseback into battle. And if they ever lost their horse, their last line of defense was their sword.
Imagine how hard it would be to aim a crossbow or bow especially, on a fucking horse.
I mean, we could probably try it. That's a thing still.
yeah, we could try it. We wouldn't do too good.
No,
We
absolutely.
wouldn't do too well.
We don't know how to ride horses. That's the first problem.
Jonathan does.
You know how to ride horses?
Without your hands.
That's a better question.
That's actually not that hard.
You just kick him. I've played Red Dead.
No, you don't. What? You know, Autumn taught me how to ride horses.
Oh yeah, she is.
They went on
blonde.
that horseback
She
ride.
has several, huh?
I said you guys went on that horseback ride a
We
while
did
ago.
that. Yeah, okay, so my first time ever riding a horse was with her, and it was during that comet that comes around. I forget the name
Was
of
it
it.
Hellbop?
The one comet that comes around once
It was not Hale
once
Bob.
every 1,000 years or
Halley's?
something.
No.
No, the one
I
that
re-
comes around every 1,000 years.
I remember what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I do
Yeah.
too.
I went out. I wanted to go see it, and she's like, "I know a place where we could go see it. It'd be really clear. It's a big open field." She's like, "But it's pretty far from my house back in the woods, and there's no roads to get there. We'll have to take horseback." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, we will." And so we got on a horse, and so my first time riding horses was in the middle of the night through a forest, and I just had to figure it out.
That's
Wasn't it
hardcore.
Howl?
Huh?
Was it Howl?
It was the one that was around like.
It had a
It was
weird
last year.
It had
It was
a weird
2020.
name. Yeah, it had
Yeah.
I
a.
got Panstars, Enk, and Howl.
Probably Howl.
I think it was Howl.
Oh yeah, How's Comet?
Howl's Comet. I thought
Yeah,
so.
yeah. There was, but yeah. So we rode horseback or whatever. But she actually taught me something I didn't know. To get the horse to move. I don't know if this is like their thing, like that they taught the horses, or if this is like a common thing. Like you always see people like spur them with their heel, or like do that with the reins or whatever. She just told me, she's like, use your thighs and just squeeze them. I'm like, what? She's like, just squeeze them. I'm like, okay. So I just squeezed the horse, and he was like, okay, and he just started going.
How do you
Here
how
we
do you
go.
slow him down?
Pull back.
All right, we're back. Camera malfunctions. How do you stop a horse, Jonathan?
Fuck it.
It's Alex rules. You pull back on the reins. To turn it, you just pull the reins in whatever direction you want to go.
On the way back from Tybee, Thorpe and I were sitting there listening to old episodes of the podcast because we just wanted to like have fun seeing how much better we got over 50, almost 50 episodes. So we listened to episode 3, and lo and behold, episode 3 is where you made the joke about Alex fucking horses.
Oh, this has lasted a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
way
Yes.
back when.
Yeah, because we were sitting there and like you told the whole story about how Alex doesn't like them because their ears, not their horse body.
Good times.
Great ones.
Yeah, you remember.
That was
Yeah.
episode 3.
50 some episodes and a couple
Um,
horses for Alex later, and here we are.
Let's get into Jay's anime of the week, and then there were topics I wanted to talk about when I was watching anime last night.
All
All
right.
right, Jay.
Let her rip.
Give her the old 1-2.
Give him the old 1-2.
Give him the old 1-2.
tells me what it is, I can get right
You know, just the
He wouldn't
1-2.
tell me.
anime of the week is brought to you by Com.
What?
Oh my god.
Half off a show.
Oh man.
Today we're talking about not the food like I'd really like to talk about, the subpar show based off of the mediocre game. Onigiri had a plot. It sure did. It also had characters. Had a lot of those. And it really had some funny moments, which is actually the only redeeming quality of the show. I would love to tell you what the plot of this show was. Honest to God, I don't remember what it was, and I don't think I ever knew to begin with. The episodes are 4 minutes
4
long,
minutes.
and I think 3 if you don't watch the EP or the ED, or the OP or the ED.
The OP was 10 seconds or something like
Yeah,
that.
it was very short, and the show was just as short. We watched it in one sitting, and to prove how short it was, I did sit-ups the entire time.
On the last episode.
No, I did it for like the last 4.
Or the last 4
4
episodes.
or 5 or something like that.
We drank a lot.
Yeah. We bring you such things as Booby Cat Girl and meta comic, like meta comedy. This show breaks the fourth wall so much it might as well be a fucking Deadpool comic. They will mention that the show is short, and at the end of it, it says, I think the end credits say something like, "The end? Or is it? It definitely is. We're not getting renewed." Like, it was something like that. So it
Didn't
was.
they get VAC banned too in the show?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
they
were
got
cheating.
banned for cheating.
They got
in the
banned a
show.
lot. It was like
Yeah.
the first 3 episodes. That was like their gimmick.
They got banned for cheating.
Yeah. So if you want like something really, like fast, like there's so much plot happening at once that it's really not plot. It's just there's so much happening at once. You can't keep up too well. But they make jokes that make you laugh, and at one point they were idols and chibis. So
That was pretty awesome.
yeah, and I don't. They were trying to do something with like we gotta kill this demon by episode 12, and I don't think they ever did. But
It's not.
you know, like if you want something kind of like short, sweet, and it'll give you a couple good giggles, and you got 20 minutes to spare, like this is the show for you. So Onigiri, on my scale out of 10, gets
How many rice balls?
4 rice balls out of 10.
That's so much higher than I thought.
Yeah, it got 4 rice balls only because it made me laugh a couple times.
It got 4 rice balls because that was for each minute of the episode.
Yeah, it was like it got 4 rice balls only because it it made me laugh a couple times, but other than that, there's just about as much substance in this show as you would expect.
It was generally kind of funny.
Generally.
Yeah, I thought the comedy
for
was
the most
good.
part, it was funny.
Oh shit, it was 13 episodes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
if you have
geez.
21 minutes to spare, then you got this. So yeah, that's Onigiri. Thank you for considering, and the game is free to play if you feel like taking up a little space on your PC and running a game where the render distance for enemies is 3 feet in front of your face.
We still need to beat it.
We'll beat it. We'll beat it.
We spent money on it.
We did spend
I
money.
want everybody to realize we spent fucking money on a game.
Dude, I spent money on games in my Steam library I haven't opened up. I don't feel bad about this piece of shit.
We watched Nyanko Days that same night, didn't we?
Nyanko Days
Yeah.
is a bop.
That was
It
like
was.
minute 30-second episodes.
Minute 30-second episodes.
So thank you for watching.
We could watch Idolmaster Cinderella Girls Party. I think they're minute 30 episodes.
What?
Idolmaster Cinderella Girl Party. That's poggers.
Yeah, I watched that.
We could also watch an actual fucking show.
Luke,
Yeah.
enough.
Well, the Harem, dude.
I still want to watch Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun.
We'll get there.
I do want to watch that.
We'll get there.
We'll get there my ass.
Tip, you fell behind on anime.
Yeah, I did.
You caught up yesterday.
I did.
You had some things you wanted to point out.
I did.
I did not catch up.
Tip up,
This
man.
isn't like a spoiler or anything.
You got to
for
catch
any
up
of
by the end
shows.
of this week, though, because we're doing reviews next week.
Okay, I'll catch up to everything by next podcast.
But so I had to watch To Your Eternity, Koikimo. What else did I watch last night? To Make a Mug. Let's Make a Mug.
Did you watch PogChamp?
What's that?
I took in a PogChamp.
Dude, I am so
Yeah, I
sweaty.
watched that one. I watched that one last.
Sweating my ass off
I watched
right
that
now.
when it came out, and I believe there was another show that I
Whoa,
watched.
that show's gay?
No, but I'm sitting there watching like all these animes and stuff,
Very.
and the first one I watched made me cry.
Was it To Your Eternity?
No, surprisingly, To Your Eternity, it did. To Your Eternity did make me cry. So I watched To Your Eternity. I'm like, why am I
What?
crying right now?
How'd that make you cry?
When
We know what happens.
no, not the ending scene. It was in the middle of the episode.
What?
It was I don't want to spoil anything, but it was in the middle of the episode. And so I turn on To Make a Mug. I'm like, okay, let's watch some To Make a Mug. Ending of To Make a Mug made me cry.
Dude.
What hurt
Dude,
you?
what the Are you okay?
I swear to God. And so I'm like, okay, I guess it's one of those nights. So I turn on Koikimo.
Don't tell me that made you fucking cry.
Koikimo
I'll lose respect for you.
brought some tears to my
I
eyes.
lost respect for you.
I actually really like that show a lot now. So Koikimo brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah, my favorite part is when the guy's still a fucking pedophile.
So I'm like, okay, I need something fun. For some reason I'm crying at every goddamn show I watch. So I turn on Zombieland Saga.
Jesus Christ.
Alex, for God's
Dude,
sake.
I swear to God, there were 2 tears that came out of my eye during Zombieland Saga.
What?
I don't fucking know. I was just really emotional. I was like, what is going on here tonight?
Alex is PMSing.
I think maybe Zombieland Saga because it was a very emotional
yeah.
episode.
I can give it to Zombieland Saga. 'cause
And then I turn on Super Cub. Super Cub made me cry.
So you were just a
can
bitch
kinda
yesterday.
give it to Super Cub too, because the ending was wholesome. But
Yeah,
I
it was
wouldn't cry because I
The
was
one
sad.
the one that got me was Osamake.
It didn't even end.
I know,
fuck
but
do you mean?
the ending of the episode made me cry.
Why?
Can we get an AC unit in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hungry man.
We're gonna go over budget
There's
if we do that.
there's a fucking vent in here.
Yeah, it doesn't work. It's
Yeah,
probably
there's
closed.
AC in the building.
It's probably closed.
But,
Why don't we get it?
We don't get.
we don't pay for air, and we're not
But
allowed to change it.
I did.
But Osamake also made me cry. Every single show I watched last night made me cry.
Dude,
Yeah, I watched 6 episodes.
I can
of anime.
understand 1.5, and I say 1.5 because you're not even talking about the scene into your eternity that I think you're talking about.
No, I'm not. I'm not talking
I
about
don't know
that
what
scene.
scene either of you are talking about.
I'm the end. The only
Yeah,
sad
that
part
wasn't even said.
with Gugu.
We don't know.
We don't know what the fuck happened
Yeah,
to him, so
we don't-
it's
we
not
don't know
sad
what,
yet.
We don't know what
we-
happens to Gugu.
we know what happens
It's what
to
happens to
Gugu.
Gugu in the middle of the episode. Not that necessarily something happens to him. There's a confrontation or something, or a meeting. That's all I'll say.
Is it when he gets fucking pushed into the fountain?
No,
Okay,
it
I
was
was about to
before that.
say.
No, it was he met someone.
Yeah,
And
I know
was
that
like,
made
wow.
me
Yeah.
cry.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's tough, man. I was like, what if I was in that? But what if I was Goo Goo?
And I was the other guy.
So they, every single fucking show I watched last night made me cry.
Damn. Meanwhile, I'm watching this super etchy, lewd show, and I'm just vibing, having a good time.
Awesome.
And
It's fucking great.
There
12,
was-
12 episodes of nothing but etchy,
What
lewd
show is
shit.
it?
Absolute duo. It is nothing but etchy.
Yeah, I know it's on the list.
Holy fucking
The
not
show-
what I expected from that goddamn show.
The fucking show I started watching, I only watched 4 episodes of it because each are 50 minutes long. So I spent 4 hours on Wednesday watching 4 episodes.
Each episode is 50 minutes.
Yeah,
Holy hell.
it is very good. It's going to be my anime of the week next week, so I'm not going to say anything
I'm excited
about
to
it.
hear it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Those are long episodes.
I did come across an interesting video yesterday too, and I did have an article I want to bring up too.
Nunny.
So I'll just get to the article first because this one might lead to a bit of a conversation. The article first, if anybody knows about Japan and Odaiba, there's a certain onsen theme park in Odaiba called Uedo Onsen, I think.
Onsen theme park?
Yeah, it's sweet. It's set up like a summer festival, and there's a bunch of different onsens you can go in. They're closing after 20 years because their lease is up, and Japan has a law where after 20 years, a business, I guess, can't stay in business, no matter if they're making money or not.
I think it is just like
It's complicated, and it's confusing.
Is it like if they don't like own the property or something?
It's a lease thing, yeah, I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Yeah. But they're shutting down, and that was like the most popular onsen kind of hot spring in Tokyo, and they're closing down, so
Wow.
yeah, it looked really cool. I wanted to go there, though I never
I
could.
was gonna say you can't.
No, I can't.
yeah, we cannot.
Yeah.
Only one person at this table can go.
Yeah.
Could go.
Yeah, we're barred, us three. We're criminals.
Crook.
We're crooks.
Wait, for what?
Going in on
can't go to
and
onsens.
tattoos.
Oh,
Yeah.
We can go to. There are some that
There's
are
there's tattoo ones, but not as many as regular.
No.
But I was sad to hear that because I always wanted to at least check it out.
Yeah, I saw the link. I didn't click it. I didn't really read too far into it. I was like, that's unfortunate. But
I read a bit of the comments.
I did go to the comments. I think it's something having to do with. Technically, they can stay in business. They just have to go to a new location.
Yeah, which I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah, I don't know how you move.
how do you move
baths.
an onsen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, not my
Pick it up.
forte.
Forklifts.
It's not my forklift.
It's not my forklift.
Imagine seeing like 8 forklifts carrying a bath down the road.
I'd hop in.
The forklift or the bath?
The forklift. Like, hey, you guys need help? Here's my license. They'd be like, oh shit, get in here. And then
We got an extra over there.
and then we'd all get a beer.
So
And then we'd tell forklift stories.
I just want to point out that you are in Japan. These are Japanese forklift drivers, and they go, "Oh shit, get in here!"
Yeah, they pull out like
It's
some
the exact
American
same
accent.
as, "Well, have a ballin' day."
A ballin' day.
Ballin' day.
I forgot all people in Japan sound like average Americans.
Yeah,
And-
dude.
Yeah,
Never seen a
absolutely.
Disney
Only if they're forklift certified.
Haven't you seen Gate?
And they're all forklift certified.
Dude, every person in Japan is forklift certified.
They could move so much.
Imagine how far society would go ahead if every single person had a
you know
forklift
those
license.
memes. It's like society of X, society of
Like where the
not
brain
X.
gets bigger?
yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Or it shows like a very futuresque city.
If everyone had
cars.
forklift
Yeah.
operator license.
My dad's a forklift operator.
me and
It's like-
him can have a beer.
It's like the
Do
dude
those
reading the book.
expire?
I think
What?
so.
It's like the
yeah.
dude reading the book with the really big brain, and everyone's like, and they're like, "What are you reading?" He's like, "My forklift driver's license."
yeah.
Yeah, my dad. Do they expire? Like, is it you have to like ride a forklift
I-
every now and again
what-
to keep it from expiring?
I
Or-
don't think so.
Or do they renew
I
it?
honestly don't even think there's a database to track this shit.
I don't either.
Like, I drive a forklift at work whenever there's an open one and I feel like it. I can just hop on and go.
what?
Yeah, I just hop on and go whenever.
Or it's just like,
Like,
"Alright,
if
I'm
there's an open forklift, I'm like, I'm gonna go take that one over there
And just
move
drive?
things. Yeah, and just move things.
What if you moved a forklift with another forklift?
Good thing it's OSHA compliant.
What if
Hell yeah,
Anthony
dude.
rode his forklift just to get to the bathroom?
You know, the bathroom is a far walk. I will do that. I'll do it Monday.
Will you send a video of you like parking the forklift outside the bathroom?
Yeah, can you make it discreet?
Yeah, I could probably do it.
Can you really?
Yeah.
All right, do that.
That'd be so
I want to see that.
I'll take it before and after. Like, before, here's my forklift. After, here's my forklift outside the bathroom.
Just park this bad boy.
Dude,
This guy rolls into the parking lot.
What
do you do?
We should get Alex a forklift for when he's installing cans.
That'd be really
Like
helpful.
he needs to get a can up on the ceiling, so he sits on the fork and pushes the lever up.
I think on ours, only way for the forks to move is it's weight. So it'll only move if you're sitting in the seat, if there's weight in it. So you can't not be on it and move the forks.
You can have an operator.
It'd have to be a 2-man job. Or you
Yeah.
could just get like a cinder block and put it on the seats.
You could.
I'm sure the weight limit that it measures for is more than a fucking cinder.
More
It's
than
probably-
5 pounds.
It's not like they're not making it so a baby could sit on it and work the forklift.
All right, Tim, you're getting your forklift certification.
Wah! Just
Alex-
pukes all over the forklift.
Oh, not the Raymond.
Oh, he's got the spirit.
We use Toyotas at work.
Fancy.
They get the job done.
That's enough about forklifts. I'm sick of hearing it. It's
What's your
reminding me of
other
people.
What's your other article or topic thing?
It's actually a video I came across yesterday. And you know the YouTuber Yuta from Japan?
Yeah.
Good guy, I like him. He has a what plushie does he have? It's a Luke, what's the little animal bear thing from Magica? Madoka Magic?
Cube?
Cube. Yeah, he's a little Cube.
Fuck him.
He has
Oh,
a
yeah.
Cube
Fuck
plushie.
Cube.
Fuck Cube.
But he makes really good videos about Japan and society and stuff. Lately he's been getting into a lot more anime related stuff.
Society.
And he did a video titled "Why Higehiro is So Controversial in Japan." So I was like, "Ooh, I like that show. I better click on that." And apparently, it's getting a lot of backlash from Japan.
Really?
Yeah, a lot. More so, which Luke will find this surprising. More so than Koikimo.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No, repeat it. I was reading about forklift licenses.
Jesus Christ.
I just found out they expire after 3 years.
Oh.
I still got mine. But Higehiro in Japan is getting more controversy and like bad reviews than Koikimo.
Understandable.
In what way?
I mean, the dude literally takes in an underage girl that's not his, and she lives in his house. The other one is just a fucking old man flirting with a young girl.
Yeah,
Which is
I phrased that in what way wrong. It came off in a weird tone.
I don't know.
just wanted your opinion.
Personally, I think flirting with the underage girl is like worse.
I was gonna say he doesn't really like.
He doesn't do anything.
make moves on her.
He's explicit about no. If you
Yeah.
keep doing that, I'm
Well,
going to kick you
the
out.
All
thing-
right, yeah, and I'm sure that if you saw a man taking an underage girl that's not his child or anything like that, and he said, "Oh no, I don't do anything with her," you're gonna be like, "Yeah."
Well, but if the girl's homeless and sleeping around,
That's where that's actually why people don't like it, is because doing that in Japan is 100% illegal. It is a crime
What?
to take someone in that's not your child. No matter their circumstances, it is considered a form of kidnapping, whether they consent or not.
I can like see that. I can
Yeah.
totally see that.
So people are calling it gross. They're saying it's just the ideal male fantasy, and that just the way the story goes is they're portraying him as a hero, even though he's a criminal. They're saying like, you shouldn't do this, like it's the kid's problem or something like that, and it's an unrealistic kind of thing because usually that generally wouldn't happen.
Well, it's a
honestly.
show.
Yeah, I know, and that's kind of where I fall. I'm like, it's just,
It's anime.
yeah, it's fiction.
It's a cartoon, dog.
It's fictional. But it is actually a problem in Japan with high schoolers, specifically high school girls, running away. I believe I read a comment where the author or director of Higehiro directly made it to kind of send a message about mental health in Japan. Because say you just left Sayu kind of on her own and basically say the police found her. They found out what was going on. They sent her back home. Her parent is obviously a piece of shit.
Yeah, her home life sucks.
Yeah, her home life sucks. So they're kind of portraying it as she just needs to go back to her parent. They're kind of overlooking the issue of mental health as a whole. And I think that's the whole point of the show, is to bring awareness to mental health, because clearly that's not a stable place for a child to grow up, getting slapped by your mom and saying what was said to her. So it's kind of overlooking the issue of mental health in Japan, but at the same time, it is a crime, and Yoshida-san isn't necessarily a good guy for doing that. In the law aspect of things.
I guess, like, in his defense, he does say, like, yeah, I know what I'm doing is illegal.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also saying, if I didn't help her, nobody would.
Or the same thing would happen. You know what I mean? She goes to some dude's house, stays there for sex, and it just
Moves
kind of
on to another
continues. Yeah.
place.
I thought that was a super interesting video. I didn't know it was getting so much backlash.
I had no idea. Probably because I don't live in Japan.
And I thought it was funny because people were saying how bad it was, and stuff. And I know we were calling it fiction, but their excuse for Koikimo was, well, this is just fiction. You know, it's fine. So it's kind of hypocritical.
Yeah,
aspect.
that's a little hypocritical.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a little borked.
a little
Little
borked.
Little thwart.
It was a little
Whoa,
thorpe.
whoa, whoa. Don't Oglethorpe me.
I'm gonna Oglethorpe.
Don't Oogle Thorpe.
I'm gonna ogle him, dude.
That was the best road name I think I've ever seen.
Oglethorpe?
Oglethorpe. What if we're pronouncing it completely wrong? It's like Oglethorpe or something like that.
Oglethorpe.
Well, boys,
Oglethorpe.
the time has come. It's been a while. It's been a long while. It's quiz time.
Oh, I forgot about quizzes.
It is quiz time.
Hentai with the harem.
Hentai with the... That would be so gross.
That'd be bad.
It's a watch along.
Yeah, all right, guys, we're
let's
gonna watch.
go.
We're gonna watch Isekai Harem Monogatari.
Me and Lou, on
one
our
through
drive
four?
We
back,
can't do that.
on our drive back, we were just getting out of like West Virginia. Alex was asleep. Me and Luke were talking. We're like,
Hate
dude,
West Virginia.
we were like, how awesome would it be if someone drew some yaoi fan art of the harem?
I'd be for it,
Wouldn't
dude.
that be
I've been
poggers?
saying that for like 30 episodes. I
I'd be-
want some yaoi fan
I'd
art.
be for it. I want yaoi fan art.
I want yaoi
I think
fan
that'd be
art.
awesome.
What if the one time me and
If there's any
Alex,
artists out there.
me and Alex were on a walk one time, and we were waiting for my car to be done at the mechanic, right? Or your car to be done at the mechanic, or something. And we went to
Yeah, it was my car.
your car, yeah. And we went to Stark State, and we were like vibing around and drinking coffee and like sitting on benches near the pond and on campus.
I liked.
Yo.
What did he say?
he was like, yo.
So we were vibing around the park, and I'm sitting there just enjoying the morning because it was pretty early, if I remember right.
It's like 9.
Yeah. Okay. So it was like early enough, and I was drinking some coffee, and Alex had a nice coffee, and we're sitting there, and I'm not thinking about it anyway. I'm just like, I'm hanging with my friend, and Alex goes, people could write yaoi about us. And I was like, what? I just looked at him like, what? And he goes, because we go on a lot of dates. And I'm like, what do you mean a lot of dates? He's like today, it's kind of like a date. And I'm like, no, like fucking hell it is. Yeah, I wish they would do that. That'd be fucking boggers. And then we started talking about all the different combinations for how they would write the yaoi. We think that there would be twin-on-twin action for sure.
Oh, that'd be very popular.
J on Luke action because J is quite small in comparison to Luke. We thought that there would be either JX twins or Luke X twins.
I think a good one would be Luke's Harem.
That'd be a good one.
I think Luke would be
But
the harem protagonist.
The one that I think I don't remember. It was like somebody, the twins pork skewering someone.
Jesus Christ.
So these are all good ideas.
So for twin on twin, who do you think's sub and dom?
I think Anthony's a power bottom for sure. Dude, Anthony's got to be a freight train.
A
Like,
power
dude,
bottom
wait,
or is he a
isn't-
power top?
No, like power bottom, like fucking from the bottom. Like,
Power bottom means that he's on the bottom.
no, power bottom means you deliver powerfully from the bottom. That's why men are power bottoms. Like you can't, I guess you could be a female power bottom.
Benvenute power bottom.
Yeah, that's where that came from.
Luke, I always thought it was what you said. Like it's just position-wise, who's on the bottom.
No, it's like instead of being a top, you're a power bottom. Like you power out from the bottom. Was I right?
I think you looked up a
I don't want to
picture.
read this. I'm not. We're not.
that's not-
Was I right?
No.
What?
What is a power
I
bottom?
feel like
Is it just the person who's receiving? No, giving.
power bottom is an oxymoron. Am I wrong?
In what?
No,
what?
Because you have power and then you have bottom, which initially when people
Bottom
think
is
bottom, they think like
submissive.
they think
Yeah,
submissive.
but what's a power bottom?
I feel like
I looked it up, and all I got was like what bottom is.
I'm almost positive.
All right, here we
power
go.
bottom.
Here we go. Urban Dictionary here to save the day.
let's go.
Similar to a bottom, but a specific variety. A power bottom tends to be in charge and feels most power when bottoming.
Yeah, see? Power bottom.
No, he's still a bottom though.
But you're powerful
But
from the bottom.
but he's in charge.
Yeah.
I think
the one
that's
who
what- that's where
bottoms
key
is the one on the throne, so
I,
to speak.
when I
taking the
said
top.
that, when I said he's the one in charge, me and Anthony made eye contact.
Oh no, no!
It's already happened.
Oh God!
Anthony's a freight train on the bottom.
Chew,
We are-
chew.
we are writing our own fan fiction at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, we
what
got-
were we talking about?
We're literally giving you guys material. All you have to do is illustrate it.
You and Tippy on a date.
Yeah, me and Tippy went on a date. But
Yeah.
it wasn't really a date. But Alex made it a date by calling it a date. And then he said somebody's going to write yaoi fan fictions about us. And then that was the weird conversation for the next hour.
So we have questions.
We sure do.
There's a lot of questions that I have, and I'm not going to get into them.
All right, the first two questions pertain to Tybee Island, since we just spent some time there.
Whoa,
Good
going
thing I
on
know
in.
nothing about Tybee Island.
That makes
Good
two
thing
of us,
I grew up there.
All right, this one's a two-parter. The Tybee Island Lighthouse and Light Station stands at the edge of the island. 1. How tall is the Tybee Island Lighthouse? 2. How many stairs does it take to get to the top of the Tybee Island Lighthouse?
I know the stairs.
How many?
178.
That is correct. Now, do you know how tall the Tybee Island Lighthouse is?
85 feet.
It's
Negative.
well over 85 feet.
128 feet.
Negative.
Could we get a range of numbers?
We'll do 120 to 150.
137.
Getting closer.
I'm gonna go 148.
Not too far off.
143.
Really damn close.
144.
Correct.
Wow, go woo.
So I feel like Alex will get the point for that one.
I do have
He at least
these.
knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you have that one.
I'll take the dub.
This one you guys should know. At least Jay should definitely know.
Yeah, right. He's dumb.
Tybee Island is a popular tourist destination spot. So, who is the celebrity that often visits Tybee Island?
Oh my god, I forget her name.
Luke.
Sandra Bullock.
Correct.
Can I say what I wanted to say?
I was going to
Yeah.
say she was in Bird Box.
I was gonna say Sarah Palin.
No, you're thinking Alaska. So,
Nancy Pelosi.
Tippy 1, Luke 1. Next.
Jay, if you lose, you're going in the blender.
How's
All
your-
right, I don't know. This is going to be a difficult one. So this is Zombieland Saga. We know the backstory for all the characters except for one. Which character do we not have a backstory for?
Taichon.
Luke gets it.
Ah, you said it like a second earlier.
This one's fun. Another Zombieland Saga.
I'm not having fun.
That's because you
Jay
suck.
doesn't make this.
Because he's losing.
So amongst the idols in Zombieland Saga, they all have their hobbies outside of being idols. What is Junko's favorite hobby outside of being an idol?
Doll making.
Drinking.
Negative, negative.
Drinking.
Are you sure? I thought it was doll making.
Playing guitar.
No.
It's not a guitar, dude. It's a lute.
Riding bikes.
She's from the 80s.
The 80s will have nothing to do with this
Nothing
answer.
to do with anything.
I just thought, maybe.
Uh,
Fuck, dude, I actually sewing?
No.
prank calling.
Nope.
I don't know.
Fishing.
What?
Yep.
No,
When
it is
did they
not. Are you
mention
serious?
that? When did they fucking mention
That's what I
that?
read in the article. It's fishing. Fishing was the answer.
I don't think they've
I could
ever
have swore it was
mentioned
doll making because
I
they
don't-
show that.
I don't think they ever mentioned her liking fishing.
You just don't remember. It's fishing. Nobody gets the point.
Anthony,
Yeah, nobody gets
Anthony,
the point for sure.
You're being pretty sus.
Pretty sussy baka.
Baka.
All right. Next one is to your eternity. Name all of the things that Fushi can transform into.
Oh, God, I gotta think about
Rock, moss, wolf, bear, child,
Man.
man.
They're right.
Yeah, I know they're right. Jonathan named the most.
Jay named the most.
So point for Jonathan.
Bazinga!
All right.
We got Sheldon on the podcast.
This one is about Anne Happy. I hope you were paying attention to Anne Happy. So, in episode 1 of Anne Happy, we see Anne dangling from a bridge.
Yeah.
What is she holding?
A dog.
You
Whoa!
You bought
Holy
it.
shit! You bought it.
It was
Give
a
me all
dog.
1, 2.
Oh, this is from Sleepy Princess and the Demon Castle.
That's Luke all day.
How long has Princess Cialis been at the Demon Castle?
I don't fucking know, actually. 3 months?
No.
Fuck.
A year?
No.
2 years.
No.
A month and a half.
No.
3 weeks.
Keep going up.
Up?
Way up.
5 years.
Getting close.
10
10
years?
years.
No, you're way too far.
8 years.
7.5 years.
No, you're still
6
too far.
years.
6 years.
No, you're still too far.
5.5 years.
You're getting closer.
5 years,
years
2
and-
months.
No.
5 years and 10 months.
No months involved.
6
What?
years. 4 years.
4 years.
What the fuck?
Nobody gets that point.
No.
Yeah, that's a nobody.
She was really there for 4 years?
Yeah, I was very surprised to read that.
In what world?
She was just
In
sleeping
the
whole
demon
time.
world.
She didn't age at all.
Is that across the show or across, like, the whole story?
Don't know. Read it in the article.
All right, cool enough. I'm
Oh,
glad.
this one's interesting. This is from Neko Para. Which 3 cat girls have hair that does not match their name?
Coconut. Cinnamon.
That's 2.
Maple?
Nope.
Maple's is kind of
Azuki.
maple-ish.
It is
Azuki's
Azuki.
matches, though. It's kind of brown.
Azuki beans are red.
Mm.
So
Alright.
Alex
I
gets
was,
that
I was
one.
kind of portraying brown as kind of the color.
This is
All right,
from.
I'll take it.
You get it. You bought it.
Dude, cinnamon.
Bought what?
What did Cinnamon always say in the show?
Cinnamon is
She's
moist.
moist.
My
Moist,
tits are
okay.
fucking huge. Oh, wait.
That too.
Okay, I was thinking
I
of
am in
Wrong
heat.
Neko bar.
I'm in heat.
That's chocolate.
and vanilla.
And cinnamon at one point.
Cinnamon
Yeah.
is moist.
We dom. Never mind. Next question. Yep.
All right. Last question of the series. In 8686, there is a cat that hangs out amongst the spearhead. Name as many names as you can that they call the cat.
Cat.
Neko-chan?
I think all
With Luke's, I can't give that one.
They said his name was Cat.
I read them all.
I think they call it like black,
Whitey?
Whitey's one of them. Jay was
Blackie.
Blackie's one of them.
What?
Domino?
No, there are 6 that I found.
Douchebag simp ass.
Whitey, Blackie.
Boots.
Not Boots.
Whitey, Blackie, because he's a black and white cat. Sugar? Flour?
No, we're not baking a cake.
Raisins.
Rum raisin?
Baking soda.
Luke was close with his cat one.
Black cat.
No.
Kitty.
White.
Kitty's another one.
Kitty. Ooh.
There are 3 more.
Fudge monkeys.
What?
Because I remember listening. Hint?
How do I?
Small cat.
No, because the last 3 are mildly, they're pretty specific. What's a term for toilet paper?
Ass wipe.
Shit paper.
No,
Napkin.
no,
Tissue paper.
Sandpaper.
no.
Toilet paper.
Barbed wire.
What is this?
Toiletry.
A synonym for
Not even like a synonym. Just something
Another word?
something you call toilet paper.
Tissue.
Poop paper.
I feel like it doesn't have paper in it.
Oh
TP.
Tippy?
no. Jay said it first. You say TP.
Uh-huh.
They call the cat TP.
Oh, I guess I could go.
There
I
are
could
2
go.
more. It's a breed of cat.
Maine
Calico.
Coon.
Jay got it.
Whoa,
Calico.
man, this man's on the
And
money.
the last one, I don't know exactly how to give a hint for this.
Then don't just
Okay,
say
it's
it.
Remorac.
Nope.
I would have never got it.
So I don't know who the hell gets the
Jay
point for
Jay
this.
got the most.
I would say
He
Jay.
got 3.
Jay got the most, but I don't even want to fucking give anyone points for that
I
question.
got 3 points.
Jay
3
won.
points.
Jay won.
I think he did win.
Jay won. I think me and Luke had 2. Jay
Yeah,
had
we
3.
had 2. We were all tied going
Huh.
to that last.
Jay pulled through at the end. No blender for him.
Wait,
No, wait.
wait. What was
I want to lose. I want to lose.
what was the consequence of losing?
Jay goes in
hand
the
I
in the
was gonna
blender.
say Jay goes in the blender.
Jake Luke goes in the blender.
We
Not
got
hand,
we got to
just
fit
you.
2 people in the blender.
I will.
How?
No, it was just Jay. It was just Jay.
That's
So-
the only reason I won. I've never won one of
We
these
could put
until
like
now.
me or Luke in the blender, and then one of us could go in the box, the forever box,
How the fuck would we do that?
The Sailor Moon box.
Sailor Moon box.
Well, that was the questions.
Thank God.
Thank fuck.
What are we at with the podcast?
1 hour, 13 seconds,
We're
14
good.
seconds,
Oh,
15
that's not
seconds.
long. Actually,
Gee,
gee whiz.
Luke needs to go wipe.
get the cat.
Or is that
Tasted
all?
like Burger King
that all
chicken
for the day?
sandwich.
I'm good.
Mug
Everyone else
season
good?
2, baby.
Oh yeah, let's make a mug. Get to season 2.
Oh, you know, we could use this blender to make a Hungry Man. Sponsor us. You know, Hungry Man, this
Throw up.
blender doesn't work, but if you sent me Gorilla Glue and an AC unit, I would eat your product more so that I could fix my blender and then I could basically replicate your brownies. Hungry Man, if you sponsor us, I will blend the crab. If you send us anything,
twist, you're gonna actually rip him.
if you send us any money, I will blend cherry. And Apo too, I guess. And that's actually it. That's fine. Thank you for your consideration. Follow us on Black People Meat and Farmers Only.
You know, I didn't get a good lead
Thank you.
into the start of the episode, so I guess I'll just hit it now. As you guys should hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. What did you just do?
See the lid?
Yeah. Oh shit, he blew the lid.
Blenders are cool, man.
Sencho's cool too. Please marry me.
All right, well, thanks for coming.
You guys like Fortnite?
No.
Nope.
Rick's
right.
in Fortnite, dude.
All right, guys. I think we're about out of fuel here. We're
Bro, he's contacting like aliens.
Fucking parrot.
Sorry, my bad.
oh, you're good, G.
Good night.
Thanks.
Sleep tight.
That is the end of the episode today, guys. I hope you enjoy.
Shut up.
I hope you enjoyed everything. If you found anything funny or interesting and you want to go ahead and share the podcast, we appreciate that a lot. Go ahead and hit that subscribe, like, and leave a comment for us. We would love to hear from you guys. Send us an email at helloharempodcast@gmail.com with any comments, questions, or concerns, and we will read them on the show. Next week, we're going over the seasonal animes, so you guys can look forward to that. That's all for today,
should.
guys. Hope you enjoyed the new friends. Everybody's back at the table again. I'm glad to have everyone back. We'll catch you next week.